What makes a MSP website amazing, and how do you stand out from your competitors? This video, I'm going to be walking through every single thing you need to do on your website that will make it stand out, but also connect with your dream customers. So if you're struggling with getting in front of your customers, this is going to be a great video. If you're just building your first website, you're probably going to have a lot of homework, but truthfully, if you do it, you're going to win a lot of deals. It's just a matter of fact. It's what the best MSPs are doing. And my name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, whether that's sales training, marketing training, or even business operations. And I'm only making this video because I have had the ability and I've been fortunate enough to be able to review quite literally hundreds, maybe even thousands of MSP websites. A lot of your websites, believe it or not. I check to see who's jumping in our email list and all that. And I like to see what makes a great website versus what doesn't make a great website. And I truly have an amazing list. I've been working on this pretty much over the weekend. I would stop working and I would jot down some notes here. But before we jump into today's video, if you do want to head over to growth-generators.com, and if you want to just check out some of our free resources from our programs, if you head over to the resources area, you have growth-generators.com/resources, the blog, the Discord, the podcast, whatever suits you. And there will be another local event and some more events coming later this year. So if you do want to jump on the mailing list, click on the events, drop your email in there. But there's tons of great resources. I may even at some point in the future, so depending on when you're watching this, turn this video and the details into it in a checklist that you can download on our resources page. Typically towards the bottom, it'll say free website building checklist on there. But there's even a website traffic calculator, blog post templates, and so much more. So let's talk about what makes a great website. And this is going to be a lot of kind of show and tell, where I'm going to show you either a website that I think did a really, really good job and why it's important. And that way you don't make these same mistakes, because this truly can help you stand out among your competitors, right? Because even if you're cold calling, you're picking up the phone, you're calling a customer, guess what they're doing? They're typing in on their keyboard, going to your, hey, what company do you say you're from? And they're looking to see if you actually do what you say you do, and if the social proof, the website actually stands up to those things. They're doing their homework. So whether or not you believe it, or if they have a great conversation, they say, hey, send me an email. Guess what? You're going to send them an email. And guess what's on there? Your domain. And they're going to go research it before they ever respond. It's just what we do. We're curious. We're creatures of that want to learn more. And that's what people are actually doing. So let's jump directly into the video here. And the first and foremost, most important thing is what's called a hero section. Now, in many cases, this is kind of what you would see right when you go to the website. And I'm going to use VC3s, and I'll even throw in our own website, because I do think we do a great job with some things and we're always improving more, right? But elevate your MSP to new heights, helping MSP owners master sales, marketing, and growth. Obviously, that counts for salespeople too. Get IT and cybersecurity out of sight, out of mind, and out of your way. Huge, right? With a nice call to action. I think a lot of people forget the call to action. We have a learn more. They have a get started, right? So right off the bat, a clear, punchy hero section. And this goes for pretty much every website. Even if you go to something like Apple's website, you could see that they have a clear, punchy hero section as well. Boom, iPhone 16 Pro. Hello, Apple Intelligence. Learn more, buy. Like it's right there. I mean, there's really nothing that you could miss on there. And there's calls to action as well, right? So it's super, super important. Now, as you go through this, you want to have what are called trust builders on your page, right? And these trust builders can be a couple different things, right? We can have our client logos, assuming you actually have permission. Testimonials are always going to be huge. Case studies, if you have them available. And if you have any certifications, right? Whether it's CompTIA, Microsoft, it doesn't particularly matter, but certifications always help. Believe it or not, this is really important to have on your website. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go out and spend a bunch of time, energy, effort, and money on getting certifications or anything like that. But if you have them, wear them like a badge of honor. It means a lot. And your customers, well, some of them or most of them might not know. The ones that do will appreciate the fact that you actually have that, right? So if I go back to VC3's website, they have trust builders, what our clients are saying, right? They have quite literally just more links. They have statistics on here. These are all to build trust, right? The process. And then there's also a reach out page as well. Now, I think what truly is going to help you stand out is doing a good detailed services page, not just a bulleted list. I think a lot of people give what's called what I would call thin page. It's just a page without that much content actually on it. And that's kind of what I like about VC3s. And this isn't saying that they're the best website in the world, but it is one of my favorite websites for MSPs. But you have under services, and if you click the services, right, you have this extra page with all of these other areas: managed services, what's actually included, cybersecurity and data backup, right, with a button, all of this. And then if you click into it, right, where there's real detail, we could talk about cybersecurity is a process, not a project. Talks a lot about cybersecurity, the importance of it, data backup, security assessments, CMMC compliance, right? This is content. This is a well-built, filled out page. So when your dream customer goes to your website, are they going to find the information? I get it, when you're first starting out, building all of these pages takes a tremendous amount of time. Spoiler, we have some templates in MSP Heroes and we're adding more constantly, right? But it's really, really important to have this, because if you don't have this, you're probably missing the boat, if I'm being honest. You have to have the services page. Now, in many cases, you're going to do services wrong for two different reasons. One, you're not going to have enough content. But two, you're probably not telling your target customer the benefits that they're going to get when they actually work with you. Not just, here's how we do it, this is what we do, this is why we're the best. How does it benefit your dream customer? That is going to help them connect with you, with your business, and build that trust factor. That's really the key. If you don't have that, then you're probably missing out on potential deals. Now, following that and telling people about the services that you should have an industries page, right? If you don't hyper focus on one specific industry, right? Elevate your MSP to new heights. We don't even mention small businesses. In the fact, the only time it's mentioned on the website is small businesses drive innovation, right? We provide the tool, strategies, and insights to help you stand out among those small businesses. It's not even talking about the small business. It's quite literally talking about you as the MSP helping small businesses. Now, in this case, where VC3 has stuff, they have a whole section with industries, the businesses that they serve, the municipalities, local government services, CMMC, right, for aerospace and defense, manufacturing, healthcare, or HIPAA, right? These are huge. If you don't have information on these topics, even if they're servicing a lot of businesses, this is a fancy way to say that they help everybody. But somebody from a municipality doing research on whether or not they need technology help can then go there and say, oh, you know what? They do municipalities. Cool. Look at that. And then they could talk all about it. And then there's going to be logos, right, that build trust, a free guide, resources, all of the things that a potential customer actually wants to see. That's the important thing. If you're not explicitly telling the people visiting your website who you help and how you help them, they're just going to go look at the page and be on their very merry way. On to the next thing. Truthfully, I know the truth sucks. Trust me. But it's really important to have these things, because if you don't have these things, you're completely missing the boat. In many cases, MSPs focus on SMBs. Say that 10 times fast, right? Small to medium sized businesses. If that's the case, tell your customer who you want to go after, how you're going to help them, right? Why you're helping them. Tell them about your past with the case studies. These are going to be huge. And last but not least, you should have, it's applicable to areas that you service. So if I go to Charlotte MSP, right? And I search it up, Charlotte MSP or Charlotte, let's just do IT firm because it's a little easier here. But we have Charlotte IT Solutions, AT Net Services, TechSolve, right? Managed IT Services, Charlotte IT Solutions, right? And this company does a really good job. They talk about the services. I would say that this is probably overkill, but hey, if it works for them, it works for them. They're number one on Google. Industries we service, right? About us. And then in here, you should see a service areas, right? You can go through and see all of the service areas that they actually cover. Now, in many cases, this is pretty much everything around Charlotte within about a 45-minute, even potentially an hour to 2 hour drive. Myrtle Beach is not close, right? But it's a fairly large company. They talk about the locations that they serve. So if I'm in, I don't know, Fresno, California, and I happen to land on their website, I know that they're probably not going to be able to help me directly, which is fine. But what it is telling is, hey, we service this specific area. So if you, their dream customer, happens to be in that area, you should reach out. And if all of these are clickable, right? So if I do Columbia, South Carolina, right? It's about an hour and a half away. You can go through manage IT services in Columbia, South Carolina. Clean monthly fees with no hidden charges. Talks about it. A little bit about the place. Key Columbia IT services, right? Manage IT security services, and sometimes it might be better in certain areas or different industries that they specifically focus on. Healthcare IT, law firms, manufacturing, financial, IT support for schools, nonprofits, dental. So they might not do small businesses over there. They might focus predominantly on those areas. And that's totally fine. But they're telling you who they're actually going after. And that's what's going to make them stand out versus everyone else that actually goes to their website. And that has a huge impact on local search engine optimization as well. Now, the next thing that you should have on your website, without a doubt, is a lead magnet, some kind of downloadable resource, right? On VC3, if you hover over the um, resources and insights, you can see here that you can get the guide, right, for pricing. We have a bunch of resources in our resources area as well, growth-generators.com/resources. But these are lead magnets, right? They're tools that you can use for free that are going to help you in exchange for contact information, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat that, and we teach marketing here, but that's the goal, right? If I go get the guide, it's the exact same thing. It talks about getting the guide, and I have to put my information in to get the actual guide. You have to put your information in to get the tools that we provide. Shocker, I know. We run a business to make money. But it's important because that now takes somebody who might be interested. They might have found the right information on your website. They now hand over, I'm looking desperately for my business cards here. They now hand over their information to you. You can collect those emails and build your email list. Guess what? You got a lead. That's tremendous. And I'm super proud of you for that, right? But that's what we have to think about. We have to create tools. There's plenty of them in MSP Heroes. There's plenty of them on the internet. You can make your own. I promise you, it's not that hard. It's not that scary. But you have to go through and you have to make the tools. If you're not making the tools, making the resources for your dream customers to download that don't suck, it can't be super generic. Hey, how we help small businesses. No, how your company or 10 things that healthcare companies do wrong that makes them not HIPAA compliant, right? Whatever it is, something super catchy that provides a ton of value that they can use. And they say, wow, this is really helpful. Because if it's not, they're not going to think that your company is going to provide them anything after that, right? It has to be tremendously helpful. Now, obviously, this should all be done on a fast, mobile-friendly website that has some good search engine optimization. If it looks good on mobile, load your website up. It should be fairly simple to use. Things break all the time. I'm human, but make sure it looks good. Whoever you hire, if you build it yourself, make sure it looks good on mobile. If it doesn't look good on mobile, you're missing the boat. Truthfully, just work a little bit on it. There's plenty of opportunity out there to succeed. Just go through the process and make sure that it looks good, it functions well. And if you're curious to know how you're doing on your SEO, go check out a tool called Uber Suggest. I've mentioned it 1,000 times in the past, right? Now, some other benefits that will help you close more deals. If you want to, a lot of people are doing live chat. Personally, I wanted to throw it on there. I don't particularly love live chat because while yes, I am absolutely addicted to my cell phone, like probably everyone watching this video is, I don't need another thing that I have to worry about. And I don't want to jump into a conversation with somebody when it's not a good time. If you're struggling for more leads, I'd probably consider that, right? Use some kind of web chat. You can use Go High Level. We provide it in our membership, MSP Heroes. You can use plenty of other apps as well to chat. Even programs like Wix or software companies like Wix offer a chat feature inside their website that's included when you actually pay for it. Now, one thing that I think is massively, massively slept on is the about page. It is super important to have an about page on your website, and not just a crummy about page where it's like, oh, this is what we do, this is how we do it, right? We have about VC3, the company, the team, local government partners, and all that. But these two are really important. We can look at the company, right? Long term relationships, strategic solutions built to aim higher. Our story and mission, values that aim higher, right? All of their, I guess, companies and all that kind of stuff, right? They have obviously a huge, huge presence, but that tells a lot to somebody checking out their website. Also, if you go to the team, you can see the entire team, right? We have Ryan as the CEO, we have David Briggs as the president, we have Derek Wolf with I've never seen Wolf spelled with two O's, but that's okay. The COO, right? This is their team of people that they have. Fantastic. Oh, there's another pop-up to submit my contact information. But now it's a little more personalized. We go even a bit deeper on our website at growth-generators.com. If you go to that, who are we? Right? We talk about our goals, who I am, the journey, the whole thing, right? The what we stand for, the core values, but that is what makes a massive, massive difference. When somebody's thinking about where are they going to go spend their hard-earned money, is it going to be your company or is it going to be the company that just has a slightly better page? Make them say, you know what, this is the company I want to spend my money on. Truly, if you think that they're not reading every single page, you are lying to yourself. And I know this because I am human. Crazy, I know. I make spelling mistakes sometimes. Less now with AI, which helps tremendously. But every once in a while, something slips through the cracks. And guess what? One of you guys finds it. Now, in most cases, people are fairly nice and say, hey, you have a spelling mistake here. I say, thank you so much. I'm human. I make a mistake. But they read everything. Things I never thought people would read. They are reading it. Do not let that slip through the cracks. Give people things to sink their teeth into and use real pictures if you have them. Yes, you're going to have to start with stock pictures, but if you have a friend that has a nice camera, or better yet, everyone has a nice camera in their pocket nowadays, just take pictures. Use the pictures. They will go so much further than crummy stock photography. It truly, you could tell when it's crummy stock photography. Even if it's great pictures, you could just tell. But what you can't fake is a real picture, right? And that makes a massive, massive difference. Now, you should have a blog or a resource center on your website. Absolutely. You should be blogging if you can at least once a week. I would like to see people 4 times a month as the goal. But if you have to do a little less, it's okay too. And if you do more, you are working harder than most other people out there, right? And then have a what to expect section, right? As people go through, they're going to find the calls to action, hopefully on every single page. But at some point or another, they're going to want to see or know what it's like to work with you, the fantastic MSP that they've found on the internet. Great. Let's give them all of the information. I don't understand why people hide behind this veil and say, you know what? I don't want my competitors to know what I'm doing. Trust me, your competitors might not care that much. They're probably not checking in on you. They might not even know who you are. But you have worked so hard to get somebody to visit your website and look through those pages. And they're thinking about saying, you know what? Hey, I'm interested in talking to you. But they're not sure because they don't have enough information. Tell them what working with you looks like. That could be a page, that could be a section, that could be something on the contact page, whatever it is, something that feeds them information on the timeline, communication process, tools. Set the expectations immediately, even before you get that lead. So that way they know when they fill out their contact information, they hit send, there are no surprises through the whole thing. You're going to have higher lead conversions, you're going to have higher satisfaction when it comes to new customers, and nobody is going to say, "I don't know what happens next." That's the worst feeling in the world. Trust me, I know because quite literally fixing things in my business as we speak. So, take everything that you've learned in this video, boil it down into your website, and I can't guarantee because I'm not doing the work for you, but if you put the time and the energy and effort in, I will almost guarantee you will succeed far beyond all of your competitors, local and far away. it's not that hard to succeed on the internet. The bar for MSP marketing is dramatically low. And by you doing a little bit of work, you will be eons ahead of almost everybody in the industry. I will say that until I'm blue in the face or until things change. But until that changes, it is going to remain true. I love the heck out of every single one of you. I hope I've earned a like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.